Namaste Gurukulians, this is Rajni Arora. I hope you are fit and fine and studying well along the videos which we are sending to you. Today we are going to continue our chapter, the Delhi Sultan. Okay, this is our part 5th and we have done with the part 4 in our previous video. In the last lecture we discussed early look administration and consolidation under Khiljis and Tughlaqs. It means we discussed that the administration process, administration system and consolidation process at the time period of Tughlaqs and Khiljis. Okay, what was the administration process at that time? What was the consolidation system, consolidation process at the time period of Tughlaqs and at the time periods of Khiljis. In this we will discuss the role of slaves. Okay. Next we will discuss Iqta system and taxes. Okay. Third we will discuss chieftains and their fortifications. See, chieftains and their fortification. In this topic, we are going to study role of slaves, Iqta system and taxes, chieftains and their fortification. Means we are going to study what was the role of slaves at that time. We are going to study what was the Iqta system, what was Iqta system and what was the process of collecting the taxes. And we are going to study it under the reference to Khiljis and Tughlaqs. We are going to study chieftains and their fortification. In the last lecture, we have already discussed about the role of slaves. In that lecture, we discussed that at that time, administration system was managed by the slaves. Okay, because it was very difficult for Delhi Sultans to manage a big empire, consolidate a big empire. So they need reliable governors. Okay, and they appointed slaves rather than aristocrats to own the political positions for consolidation the big empire. Okay, now we are going to study Iqta system. Iqta system and tax. Okay. Now we are going to study the Iqta system and tax in the reference to Khilji and Tughlaqs. What was the Iqta system and taxes at the time period of Khilji and Tughlaqs? Firstly, we will discuss what was Iqta system, what was the process to collect the taxes and what type of taxes, okay, were there at that time. And now what is Iqta system? A complete kingdom was divided into different territories. Okay, why I am writing here? I am writing G here because for the governor. Okay, for the word governor. Complete kingdom was divided into different territories. These territories was called Iqta. Okay, now you are getting what is mean by Iqta. Kingdom was divided into different territories, and these territories, this area was called Iqta at that time, and the land owner were called Iqtadar. Land owner were called Iqtadar or Mukti. Okay, now you are getting what is mean by Iqta and what is mean by Iqtadar. The land which is divided into different territories, that is called Iqta. The land owner was called Iqtadar or Muktis. We will discuss it again. A governor is appointed on these each territories. A governor is appointed on each territories. That governor is called landowner and that person is called Iqtadar or Mukti. Okay, or we can say military commander was appointed. I am writing here. Military commander were appointed as Iqtadar or Mukti. Okay, who was that person? That person who was appointed on the position of Iqtadar, that was military commander person. Okay, now we will see what was the duties of Iqtadar or Mukti. I am writing here duties of Iqtadar. Duties of Iqtadar. Duties of Iqtadar or Mukti. First, the first duty was lead military campaign. Lead military campaign and maintain law and order in Iqta. Okay, lead military campaigns means to carry out the military campaigns was the duty of Iqtadar, and to maintain law and order in Iqtas is also the duties of Iqtadar. Second, they were given the right to collect revenue. They were given the right to collect revenue from the people. Okay, it was also the duty of Iqtadar. Iqtadar had to collect the revenue from the people at that time, and when they collect the revenue, they paid salary to the soldiers from this revenue. Okay, I am writing here, they paid salary to the soldiers from this revenue. Okay, I have written, now we will understand. Now tell me, what was the duties of Iqtadar? Lead military campaigns. To carry out the military campaign was the duty of Iqtadar, and to maintain law and order in Iqtas was also the duty of Iqtadar. Second thing, they have to collect the revenue from the people, okay, from the territories, that was also the duty of Iqtadar. And when they collect the revenue, they paid the soldiers, soldiers who were serving there, who was giving services for them. They paid salaries to the soldiers from that revenue which they collected from the people. Okay, now we will see, when Iqtadar was when they become Iqtadar, then the control over Iqtadar was also necessary. See, we have understood the Iqtas, we have understood the Iqtadars, we have understood the duties of Iqtadars. Okay, now we will see control over Iqtadar was very necessary. Okay, I am writing here, control over Iqtadar was very much required. Control over Iqtadar was very much required. Okay, when the Delhi Sultans appointed some person as a Iqtadar, so they felt that there should be control on the Iqtadar also. Okay, so what type of control they are talking about? First, the offices was not heritable. What type of control they require? So first, their offices was inheritable. Okay, their offices was not inheritable. Was not inheritable. Okay, their offices was not inheritable. What does it mean? Means the son of Iqtadar will not become the Iqtadar after the death of Muktis. Okay, so second was they became, or we can say appointed, Iqtadar for a short period of time. Okay, why these control were necessary? Because the Delhi Sultan were thinking that it may be happen that Iqtadars increase their power and may fight against the Delhi Sultan. So control should be necessary. Control was very required. So they put some control on the Iqtadars. Their offices was not inheritable, means the son of the Iqtadar will not become the son of Iqtadar will not become the Iqtadar. Okay, they become or appointed Iqtadar for a short period of time. They appointed the Iqtadar for the short period of time, and after some time they change the Iqtadar of a territory. Next is transfer of Iqtadar. So these were the controls which was put on the Iqtadars when they become Iqtadar. The office was not inheritable. They appointed Iqtadar for a short period of time and transfer of Iqtadar. Now, during the reign of Tughlaqs, Muhammad Tughlaq and Khilji, see, during the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq and Aladdin Khilji, this system became more strict. We have discussed the Iqtadar, we have discussed the Iqtas, and we have discussed duties of Iqtas. We have discussed the control over Iqtas, was why the control was very necessary. Now we are discussing the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq and Aladdin Khilji. During the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq and Aladdin Khilji, this system was became more strict. Why it became more strict and how it became more strict? Accountants were appointed to check the amount of revenue collected by Iqtadar. Okay. Accountant were appointed to check the amount of revenue collected by Iqtadar. Next, it was observed that Iqtadar collect only those taxes which was prescribed by the state. See, accountant were appointed to check the amount of revenue collected by Iqtadar. When the Iqtadar collected the revenue from the people, then they have to tell all the record to the accountant, who was appointed by the Delhi Sultans at the time period of Tughlaqs and Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. They have to give each and every information about the revenue to the accountant which is appointed. Okay. It was observed that Iqtadar collect only those revenue which is prescribed by the state, means the revenue which is prescribed by the government, only that revenue Iqtadar can collect, not more than any revenue. Okay. So these were the, we were talking about the reign of Tughlaqs and Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. Okay. So now we will see what type of taxes people have to pay at the time period of Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. There were three types of taxes, we can say. First, on cultivation. Second, on cattle. Third, on houses. So these three types of taxes people have to pay at the time period of Muhammad Tughlaq and at the reign of Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. Now we will see next topic. Our next topic is chieftains and their fortification. Chieftains and their fortification. Okay. Now, this topic, chieftains and their fortification, we will see this topic under the reference to the Khilji, Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji. Okay. So chieftains, now we will see how the local rulers protected themselves, fortified themselves from the large rulers. Okay. So chieftains and their fortification, we can say large part of subcontinents remained outside the large part of subcontinents remained outside the control of Delhi Sultan. Okay. Subcontinents means that adjacent cities which are connected to the India, that is called subcontinent. So large part of subcontinents remained outside the control of Delhi Sultan, means there were some subcontinents, there were no major control of Delhi Sultans. Why? Because to consolidate a big empire, to manage or control the big empire effectively was very difficult task. Okay, or we can say it was a challenge for these people. So large part of subcontinent remained outside the control of Delhi Delhi Sultans. So what was the reason? What was the reason behind it? First reason is difficult to control. Difficult to control. We have already discussed that why it was very difficult, because to control a big empire was a difficult task for Delhi Sultan. So this was the reason that subcontinents remained outside the control of Delhi Sultans. So next reason is distant provinces like Bengal asserted independence. Second is distant provinces like Bengal asserted independence. Okay. Large province like Bengal asserted independence means sometimes they fight against the Delhi Sultans and they make them independent from the Delhi Sultans. Okay. Or third reason is even in Gangetic plains sultans could not penetrate. Okay. Even in Gangetic plains sultans could not penetrate. Penetrate means ghusna, to enter. Okay. Gangetic plains means the place where Ganga flows. So that place was forested area. So because it was forested area, so it was very difficult for sultans to penetrate, to enter these places. So local chieftains used to took help of these Gangetic plains and protect themselves in these places. Okay, so we can say local chieftains used forested area to protect themselves. Okay, are you getting the topic? Chieftains and their fortification. We'll revise it again. Chieftains and their fortification. Large part of subcontinents remained outside the control of Delhi Sultans. Why? Because it was very difficult to control. It was very difficult to control a big empire. So next, second reason is distant provinces like Bengal asserted independence. Means some provinces like Bengal fight against the Delhi Sultan and make them independent. Even in Gangetic plains. Gangetic plains means the area where the Ganga flows. Okay. So even in Gangetic plains sultans could not penetrate. Penetrate means to enter. Even these places were because these places were forested areas, so it was very difficult for sultans to enter these areas, and local chieftains took help of these forested areas to protect themselves. An example is given in your book of Ibn Battuta. Okay, so what was saying Ibn Battuta, we will see. See, Ibn Battuta. Who was Ibn Battuta? Ibn Battuta was Moroccan travelers, okay, who travels the places and observes the things, write about the things. So he gave his view that how local chieftains protected themselves, okay, how local chieftains protected themselves, okay. First he told that local chieftains hide themselves in the mountains, rocky, rugged places. protected themselves in mountains, rocky and rugged places. Okay. Second, he told that how they protected themselves. They told that living inside the forest covered from like bamboo trees. Okay, means local chieftains were living inside the forest areas like bamboo groves. Bamboo groves are the trees which are highly covered from the trees. So these were the trees where they protect themselves. So these views were according to the Ibn Battuta. Ibn Battuta gives some views to how they protect themselves. Now a difference is given in your book. In Muhammad Tughlaq and Aladdin Khilji, you have to read the differences. You will be able to understand what was the differences, because we have understood all the thing, each and everything. Okay, so this was all about the Delhi Sultan. This was our last lecture. Keep watching and stay home, stay safe. Thank you.